Hello everyone. So today we are going to do LeetCode Daily Challenge Surrounded Region. In this question, we are given with a matrix in which we need to simply convert all the O into X. Basically, all those O which are surrounded by X, and wherever that particular O is at a particular boundary, means either at this boundary or this boundary or this one or this one. So at that moment, it will simply remain as it is. So that's why all the O's which are here, they are being converted into X, but this one, because it was at the boundary, so that was the only reason this was not converted into X. So in this question, what we need to take care is, first thing, that whichever O is there, it should not be at the boundary. Then second thing, that O should be surrounded by X at least but if we check for the surrounding of O at least even 1x, then also it won't matter much. But the thing is that what we could take care is that our row or column means their count should be greater than 2. If we are having just one, means if we are having just 2 rows, right, and any number of columns are there, so in this condition, how we can check that particular O is surrounded by X or not, because here O would be itself on the boundary only, and if the case is for row column also, like in the case of column, uh, if we are having number of rows, means let it be, so in this case also O would be at boundary, right? So that's why we simply need to take care that a row and column, both of them are greater than 2. These two things we need to check, and other than that, we don't have any other condition. And then what we are required is that we simply need to convert all the O's into X. This is the only thing which we need to check in this question. Keeping this thing in mind, that O should not be at the boundary and the row and column count should be greater than 2. Because if it is equal to 2 or less than 2, then surely O would be at the boundary only. So we won't be able to flip it because it won't be surrounded by X in any condition if we are at this position. Now comes in mind that how we would be doing this question, means flipping O's to X. For that particular condition, what we are required to do is we simply need to check by doing TFS on it. Even if we can do by TFS, but doing it with TFS would be much precise. So let me tell you that how we can do by TFS. So for TFS portion, what we are required to do is, at first we'll check all the boundaries, that if we are let me write the algorithm for this. First thing which we need to check is that O at the boundary. For all this, we'll simply convert O to A. And for converting this from O to A, we will be using TFS for this particular portion, right? And the second thing which we will be simply doing would be, we'll simply check that if we are encountering O, then we will simply convert into X. Else, if we encounter A, then we will simply convert into O again. And then at the end, we will simply return whatsoever matrix we would be having at the final. Means that code would be divided into three portions. This first portion, which will be part of DFS, second portion, which will be part of simply converting O to X and A to O, and the third portion will be simply returning whatever value we find it. Now, with just this much hint, I guess you would be able to do the code of this particular question, because it is simply the question of DFS on grid. Now, for more clarity, let me walk you through the code. I guess now it would be much easier for doing the code. Now, for doing the DFS, for doing this code, okay, let me start from here only. I'll come to this portion at later part. First, I'm checking for the base condition, that if our row is less than equal to 2 or column is less than equal to 2, then we'll simply return. That is what I'm doing. Is the case which I told, that if our rows and columns are simply 2 or less than 2, then surely it can't be surrounded by X. Even if it is surrounded, but we can't count it as being surrounded, right? So that's why it is starting only. We simply need to return if we encounter that our rows and columns are less than equal to 2. The next part is this one, that here we are simply traversing our matrix. Alright. So first what we are checking is that first if we encounter at that particular block as O, right? If we encounter that, then what condition is there which is necessary to be there? That's why we are using AND. That either of these four conditions, if any one of them is true, because why we are doing this particular portion is so that we could perform DFS on the boundary conditions, right? So that's why we are saying that if at this moment, if row equals to 0 or column equals to 0, or row is equals to the last, in this particular last portion, that is rows minus 1, or column is equals to columns minus 1, that is this particular portion, then we will simply perform DFS, means we'll call the DFS function, and then what we would be doing is we'll simply pass both row and column to that DFS function. So this is what we are doing, and this particular portion is simply for performing DFS on boundary conditions, so that our O could be simply converted to A. That is why we are doing this particular portion. Now, here is that portion which we are simply using for flipping. Basically, this is for a flipping portion, right? For flipping, what we are doing is we are checking that if that particular block equals to 0, basically O, because here it is character, they will simply convert into X. Now, why we can easily convert our O into X is because if it would have been at the boundary, then surely we will be at this particular position. So we'll simply flip it again to O, right? But all those which are not at boundary and which are inside the box, means any one of them, then surely we'll simply convert it from O to X. That's why we are easily able to convert our O to X. Now comes the part of our DFS. Okay, I need to scroll it. So next portion is okay. So the main portion which is our DFS portion. So for doing this DFS portion, what we are required, first we are simply checking that what's a row or column we are having. Our row should be greater than equal to 0. That is, we are checking for these, right? That it is in this particular and this particular row. That's why we are checking that if row is greater than equal to 0, means it could be at this position also or any of these positions. Then we are checking that if row is less than board dot size. Basically our board dot size would be here only because we are zero based indexing. So our board dot size is 4, right? So when we are checking that it is less than board dot size, so it will stop at this position only. So that's why we are checking here, and also checking that and column is greater than equal to 0. Basically for these particular portion, that our column is simply uh, we are checking that our column is simply greater than equal to 0, means for these portions, right? So that's why we are saying here is 0 and 0. Then we are simply checking that here again we'll encounter 4, but here it is 3 only. So that's why we are here checking that it is at these particular portions only. So that's why we are here with this particular conditions. And then at the end we are checking that if board of row and column equals to 0. Basically O. So for this particular portion we can check that they are at the boundary only and they need to be O. That if they are X, then surely we can't flip it to A. That's why we are simply checking by that if it is equals to O. Then at the end, when we are inside these particular conditions, then what we are doing is that we are making board of row of column is that particular block as A, so that if we encounter this particular condition, so we can again convert it to O, right? And we were also checking for this condition because if it was not O, then we can't flip it back to O. It means we can't flip X to O, right? So that's why we were checking for this particular condition also. Now, this particular task is done, but the thing is that by this only by this particular block we can also check that if any of its boundary is also having O, right? If any of them is having O, so for that particular portion we are doing this. Basically this is for traversing in all 4 directions, and while we will be traversing in all 4 directions, so we need to keep check that we are not entering this particular portion, right? So that's why we have put all these conditions so that we stay on the boundary only, but we are able to traverse in the 4 directions. So that's why this particular portion is like this, for checking only the boundary conditions and also for checking in all 4 directions, so that it could traverse here also and here also, and if it is here then it could traverse here also and here also. So this was the whole crux of this particular question. And yeah, this particular version of code, that why I'm using this dx of index and dx of index and then dy of index, right? So it is basically for I have in the starting I have made direction array. Basically here I've used direction vector, and this direction vector is simply for traversing in all 4 directions. When dx and dy here simply refers to x and y directions, that is, we are having x equals to 0. See, when we are having x equals to 0, means it is at the x-axis only, and in y-axis when it is -1, means here. So it simply means that we are moving in down direction. Then we are having this -1 and 0, means x is at the -1, means it is here, and it is 0. So it simply means that we are moving in left direction, down direction, and then right direction, and here up. So when we are moving in right direction, so and that question we are having this one, and our y is 0. And when we are moving in up direction, then we are having x as 0, but y as 1. So that's why I'm using this particular distance matrix, right? So this was what all was there. Now comes the portion, what is our time complexity? So time complexity will be simply that we are traversing this whole matrix, right? So it will be simply order of n square and the space complexity. As we are not using any extra space for this particular for this particular matrix, but if we are using extra space for this while using this um, direction vectors, but it is merely of size 4, right? Means it we can simply count it into a constant space only, right? So that's the reason we are not using much of the space. So that's why we can simply consider it as order of one space only. So that's why the whole solution would be of the time complexity order of n square and the space complexity as order of 1. So this was all for today's Lead Code Daily Challenge, a craft question, and also with uh, some of the pretty much tricks of using direction vector, and also that how we can simply flip all the boundaries by using TFS. So this was all for today's question. Thank you.